Hey, welcome to another episode of Three Conservative Gimps, where we give you the information so you can make an informed decision at the ballot box. All right, welcome everybody. This is an experiment. We're trying a new time since Ken vacated the Thursday night spot. I thought, this would be a good time to move this channel over to Thursday night because, Sunday nights, everybody's watching football, or they're outside doing a barbecue with the family. So I thought, you know what? I think we'll move it to Thursday, give it a try. So we're at, Ken Herron's time slot. And so we will see how well it goes tonight. We've got a lot to talk about, a lot of news coming out of Florida, and we'll talk about Kamala Harris gave an interview. Wow, we'll talk about that word salad as well. So let's get the show on the road. Let's welcome my friend all the way from Muskogee, Oklahoma. It is Lloyd Mendenhall. Welcome.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? How you doing, Art?
We're doing good. The weather has been fantastic here, although we're going to drop in temperature over the weekend. We're going to be down in the 50s for the high on Sunday, 70s with rain on Saturday.
Yeah, well, I wish we'd cool down. It was 94 degrees today.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a little warm today, so it was.
Yeah. You're going to get that last grab of summer.
Yep. It definitely was. Hello, everybody in the chat, by the way.
Yep.
But yeah, it was last fling of summer. But I think by this weekend we're supposed to be cooling down, which I certainly hope so, because it was definitely. Today was a little bit hot. Yesterday was a little warm too, but today it beat that. So
right.
So, anyways, I'm looking forward to real fall.
All right, let's welcome our good friend all the way from New York. Let's welcome Charles Gillespie. Welcome.
Hey, Art. Hey, Lloyd. Hey, everybody in the chat.
Weather report.
Hey, Charles.
It's been lovely here. Not too hot, not too cold. A little bit warmer than fall weather. But not, brutally hot and humid the way we had in the beginning of the summer.
Good. Like I said, Kamala Harris gave an interview. Wow, amazing. But it was a local station. It was in Philadelphia, ABC station. And they asked her some questions, amazingly. And guess what? She said nothing.
She said everything she said in the debate.
They asked, well, no, actually, here's what she said. The host asked her, so people are struggling. What are you going to do to help improve the economy or bring grocery prices down?
As you know, I was raised middle class, and our people were really proud of their lawns,
Yes, that's right.
That's
so
her
we
answer.
know
That's her answer from the debate.
And she brings she brings joy. She brings happiness and joy, and we're going to have a joy-filled economy. And God, I was hearing that, and I thought she was going to start singing the happy joy song there in a few minutes. Like, oh my God!
Right. Oh, jeez.
I heard 5 minutes of it,
and it was like, what?
And it was like, what? Yeah, exactly. But,
and now we know why her handlers are trying to keep her away from the press, because she's just horrible at press conferences. Like, wow.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, she was something else, and you know, she did giggle a couple of times. I was over in Arkansas with Mel, and I was driving. We were going across town to go to a restaurant to go out to eat, and I was hearing it, and I'm going. By the time I got out of the car, I was glad because I could not stand listening to her for another minute.
right.
And it's like she just talked about happiness and joy. Happiness. She's going to bring happiness to the economy. A happy. God, I can't even say what all she did because it didn't make any sense, but it was ridiculous.
Right. Yeah, her usual word salad and
yeah, like Mark says, a question in an interview. Well, that's unique.
Yeah.
But yet they had good lawns, you know.
Yep. Yes, Jay Bird. This is going to be the new time slot for the show. We're giving it a whirl to see if this will generate more views, because on Sunday, everybody's watching football, and well, now the baseball season is winding down, and the playoffs will be happening pretty soon. And so I thought, the only football that's on Thursday is Thursday night football. And that is not just one, two teams. That's one game. Where on Sunday you're competing with a whole bunch of games. And if I did it on Saturday, then I'd be competing with college football.
Right.
So
well, and the Thursday night football, you only watch it on Amazon, anyways.
Right.
I don't know if it's
still on ABC.
Well, I don't know if it's on ABC. I know Amazon streams it.
Okay.
So I don't know who's. They're the ones who started advertising a couple years. I think last year they started it, and they're doing it again this year. So it might be cool. ABC. So yeah, yeah. I think this is going to be a good night.
Yeah, I think so too. If I mean, it's just the premiere episode. I was going to play the new opening song, and I thought, oh shit, I forgot to download it from my editor onto the hard drive so I could get it on here. So maybe I will play it later in the show. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we'll see. So yeah, because right now I get 488 subscribers. So I'm pretty close to 500. And I think if we could get the views up for this show, if we get over 100 views, that would help out, because that'd be 400 views a month.
Right.
And 10 months, that'd be how many? That'd be 4,000 watch hours?
Yeah, something like that.
Right. Anyway, it'll give us enough watch hours to where this channel could be monetized. So, and that's the goal, is to try to get this, grow this channel to where we could, reach more people. How is my internet? Am I glitching or?
Well, I didn't know if it was you or me.
Because I'm getting that little Wi-Fi signal.
Okay, then it's you. Yeah, you've been glitching, but I thought it might be my internet. So, no, you've been kind of freezing up and glitching.
Yeah,
you've been low resolution too.
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, it's kind of gotten blurry to like it was 480 or something there for a little bit. So.
Okay, because right next to the thing that says live, and it's got the counter.
Yeah.
Next to that, I got the Wi-Fi signal, and it's like very at the bottom. Mark says he didn't notice anything. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
All Also, another change is after Saturday, that show's going to Fridays.
Oh, you're changing that show to Friday now?
Yeah, I think that'll be better because, the Saturday you're dealing with college football and pretty soon college basketball and
that kind of gives you 2 days of the
been
weekend. Yeah. That gives you a full weekend that you can do what you want to do. Yeah.
Right.
So. Yeah.
All right. Lloyd and I, we were talking about this meme that I put up on Facebook about comparing grocery prices between Donald Trump and Joe Biden and how much they have changed and the percentage, how big the percentage increase it was. And one of my high school friends had to pipe up saying, well, the grocery stores, they're just gouging you. And so my response, I'm kind of snarky and I'm tired today. So I said, profits? Oh my God, stop the presses. Companies actually making profits. And it just drives me crazy.
Well, I'll give you an example. We got a store up here, and they're called the Box 10 store, and they're owned by one of the larger local chains here in Oklahoma. And this is one of their other stores, it's sort of their off-brand store. And they charge 10% above, their profit margin is 10%. They charge you the 10% above actual cost.
Uh-huh.
Well, I could go in there, I could go in back before it became that, and I kind of had an idea what the cost was or what the markup was there. And I could go in that store and I could buy something that, I could buy half a week's worth of groceries or a week's worth of groceries for about $50, just for Judy and I. And I went in there and got I just got 6 or 7 items, and I paid like $40 just for those 6 or 7 items.
Wow!
And I mean, and their profit is only 10% above cost, which shows you that the cost of the product that they're selling has gone up exponentially.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And it has nothing to do with their gouging because that's, and
yes,
so. And I've a lot of these stores are having to cut back, and they're having to change to a lot of generic brands because to keep still keep customers coming back, get name brand stuff in a lot of these stores, including Walmart, is getting harder and harder to find.
Right. Yeah. And the profit margin typically on a grocery store chain is 2 to 3%.
Yeah.
I mean, that's small because people don't realize, the cost of the item, plus you got your overhead, your heating and light.
Right.
You have your workers there,
the cost of fuel just to transport it. That's
right.
That's where you run into the big thing. And I say 10%. Well, that's what they charge, but they tie all of that in. That's their profit margin plus the cost of fuel, the cost, all that goes in there. But in their cost just for the product itself has gone through the ceiling. My cousin and I were talking about, we used to be able to go in and buy a pound of 93.7 lean hamburger. You know? And because we both use lean hamburger because I got high blood pressure. He had a 4 bypass coronary. He had a heart attack.
Right.
And but anyway, so we both kind of watch what we eat. I watch more than he does, but anyways, or he watches more than I do, I should say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But we could go down and buy a package of that for about a pound package for about $4 and something just 3 years ago.
Right.
That same package now is almost $10.
Yep, that's right. That's about right. Mm-hmm.
And that's just ridiculous. Just in the last 3 years, I've seen it go from $4 to $6 to $8, and now it's at $10.
Right.
Well, like $9.99.
Like the bread. I get the cheap bread. The store name bread. Right. And I remember, God, just a few years ago, it was 79 cents a loaf. Now it's $1.79. And milk, I remember when milk was just over $1. Now it's like it's getting to $1.40 a gallon. It just and every time
$1.40 a gallon.
Yeah, for a gallon of 2% milk. Yeah,
that's what you pay for it, really?
Well, it's more like $1.39.
Hell, it's $4 a gallon here.
Yeah. Well, you get the whole milk, don't you?
Well, even the 2% is like $3.99.
Wow.
Milk is more expensive than gasoline here in Oklahoma.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. I just bought a half gallon for $2.50.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, it's the same way here in New York State. I mean, I buy light cream to put in my coffee.
Right.
And it's over $4 for a quart.
Wow.
A quart. And the same thing with like International Delight coffee creamer. I mean, they're all on sale now.
Right.
But just recently, I mean, they're on sale now for like $3.75, $3.79. But just a couple weeks ago, they were all $4.99.
Yeah.
For 32 ounces of.
Right.
And I've been talking with my mom earlier. We our grocery store. Well, it's a big chain. It's called Price Chopper, and they're kind of changing over to this title of Market 32.
Right. Right.
And they had a thing. They had an agreement with Sunoco where you go in and you'd have a loyalty card. You'd swipe your loyalty card and you could accumulate points. And then when you bought gas at a Sunoco station, you could get X amount of dollars off your final bill. And before the pandemic, we could go in and they'd be like, oh, buy $180 worth of stuff and you'll get 1,000 points on this card. Which was great because we'd actually give the card to my brother and he could fill up his truck with the points, cheap gas from the points. But when we go in and buy $180 worth of stuff, we had trouble keeping it all in the cart. Now, forget about it.
Yeah,
we just barely get enough to get through the week for that amount of money, and then like on Fridays now. There's this place we started going to for the competitors chain, and then we spend an additional $100 and something there a week.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, it's yeah. The prices have gone up, and and I don't think anybody's making a huge profit. Somebody, maybe I don't even think the oil companies are right now because right now fuel prices are falling. So, but it's, it's really, and that's what I was talking, because I went over and spent the day with Mel over on Tuesday, and and there was a young guy there that, was into RC cars, and we all took ours out crawling and stuff, and he was working on his that day, and, we were talking, it says, it's not that some people are making large amounts of money off of all this. It's the fact that they're having to pay for the fuel. The truck drivers are having to pay for the fuel. And so they're having to, get higher, they're having to, especially if you're an independent trucker and you own your own rig, you have to charge or make sure that the job you're pulling it pays you better to cover the fuel cost, And Yeah.
And then everything just spiral. No, I was going to say, yes, you're correct. And then everything just sort of spirals around.
Yeah.
When all this other stuff goes up, we have to, other folks have to pay out more. Then they try to get more from their bosses. Thus, the $15-20 an hour for flipping burgers in California.
Yeah.
I mean, in California now, literally the same meal deal that you can get out here in New York for like $5-6 is like $20 or more out in California and several other states.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's like here they have brought back a $5 meal deal because McDonald's was hurting to get people coming in. They raised their prices and nobody could afford, and it's like I think you get like a chicken fillet sandwich, an order of fries, a drink, and 4 pieces of chicken nuggets for $5.
Wow.
Or you can get I think 2 cheeseburgers, order of fries, and a medium drink for $5. So,
Cool.
but still, it's like, they're doing that and they're probably losing money on it,
Right.
but they had to do something to get people to start coming back because people couldn't afford to go out and eat. They quit, they quit going out because, it's cheaper to cook at home,
Right.
But it's like I could buy a pack of sirloin, black Angus sirloin patties, get 4 of them, and it cost me about $7 for that, because they're not quite a pound, but now they might be just for the form, but they're already made, and I can throw them on my little griddle over here,
Right.
and they're cooked. I do 2 at a time. Well, I went up to Tulsa last week or week before, and
Right.
took my cousin out to Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
And I ordered their chopped steak, and it was just, I didn't have any, I didn't get any onions and peppers put on top of it.
Right.
They would have thrown that on. Nah, I don't need that. And I got 2 sides. I think I got corn and okra.
Right.
And no, I got French fries and okra.
Okay.
And that meal, which is the same damn thing I'll eat right here, and it'll cost me $8 here at the house. It cost me $15 for the same damn thing I cook right here at my house for $8.
Wow. That's amazing.
And that's because you got to pay the nice little waitress that comes over and fills your tea glass, and it's just people, and the left has no clue, or they don't care, and it's the young people who are doing all the protesting. They just assume they're going to be taken care of if they can get Kamala in there.
Right. Yeah, and get their college loan.
Yeah, they can afford things when their college loan is paid off.
Yeah. Right. Well, all right. Switching gears now. We're going to talk about Ryan Wesley Routh, the would-be assassin from the other day. And it turns out the rifle that he used was an SKS.
Yes.
Which is not a real accurate rifle.
Right.
I've owned one, and I had a scope on mine. The problem is the adapter that I had made that put on it goes right over where you load the rounds in. And what'll happen is when it ejects around, it'll do what we call stovepiping, where the case will get lodged in there and jam the mechanism.
Yeah.
So that's one of the problems but they've been making those kind of rifles since the 40s.
Yeah.
And the Chinese love them. They made millions of them.
Yeah.
And I was able to get a hold of one back in the late 90s for $75.
Yeah. That there's just so many unanswered questions about this guy.
Right.
You know, how is he able to fly all over the place? How is he able to fly to the Ukraine and back? Where's his source of income that he's able to do
Right.
this?
Right.
You know?
And he's originally from North Carolina.
Right.
And did live in Hawaii for a while. And
yeah, I was reading what Ronnie put up there. They spotted a barrel sticking out of the bushes, and they couldn't see someone on the roof.
yeah,
It
that's
was right in front of them.
It was a sloped roof.
Huh?
It was a sloped
Yeah,
roof.
there was a slope there. Yeah.
Yeah, there's.
Have you seen some of the body cam of right at, as the guy was firing the shots, and then he got shot?
Was it from his view?
No, it was from down on the ground. It was the police there, and they were trying to yell that he's up there, and he'd already shot, and he'd already hit Trump and the other. You know, you heard the 5 or 6, pop, 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 going off. And then you hear another sound, and that's where he's finally being taken out. And I think one of the cops down on the ground was actually up there shooting at him, and they were yelling. Yeah, I think one of the cops got off a round.
Okay.
But in the body cam, right after it happens, they're running around, everybody's trying to get up there to make sure, is he dead? Well, we think he is, but, and the Secret Service comes out and they're saying, why weren't you up on that roof? I thought you guys were supposed to secure it. Why aren't you? And that's what several of the officers are asking the Secret Service guys. They said, well, we were in the bit. No, you were supposed to check that roof. Why weren't you up there?
Right. Yeah, I think I've seen that video, and they showed the body. I think they flipped him over, and he was on his back, and you could see a big head. Well, it was all blurred out.
Right. Well, here's the thing. Right after it happened, I mean, just within the first 10 or 15 minutes, one of the people popped up a video. One of the cops put up a video. It's now blurred out. It's that same one. But actually, they hadn't rolled him over yet. He was still, they hadn't blurred it out. And you could see all of his teeth, his teeth were all knocked out. And you could see, the hole up here. Because it went in through his mouth and came out of it went from the from the right side to the left side. Yeah, it went like this, came out the left eye, and you could see all that, and you could see his teeth were knocked out, and they were laying there on, right in front of him on the thing that he was put up on, that was crouched or was laying on the sandbag or whatever he had there in front of him. But yeah, it did sound like a 22. But yeah, they, there's a lot of questions coming out, because they said, well, we thought you had that covered, and they're like, why wasn't your guy up there? Well, we thought, and they have no answer because they didn't do their job. The same with, they were lucky this time on the second one. It was a very eagle-eyed Secret Service guy.
Well, they were well ahead of Trump. They were already at the next hole to secure that hole before he came up.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was good that the guy spotted. My question is how did the guy sit there for 12 hours and nobody thought anything about it?
Well, Mark,
it looks like he was pretty well hidden. I mean, they showed shots from like inside where he was. He looks like he was pretty well hidden. I'm surprised he didn't have like a tent there or something.
Yeah.
Well, Ronnie said he supposedly camped out for 12 days. On the street.
12 days.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about the 12 days. I know he was there. He was there for 12 hours. But still, you've got, I don't care if it's unexpected or not. And this is what's been brought up by several of the experts. They have what's called a site site supervisor, okay?
Right.
And their job is to go around and check the perimeters, make sure or assign guys to go check out the perimeters, and all that. And they didn't do any of that. It doesn't matter if it was a if it was an unscheduled,
Right.
that's just an excuse. You know,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned. I mean, they did a good job, and Trump is very appreciative of them, and I could see why, and we are too, that they caught him.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay, Ronnie. I do stuff like that all the time. But yeah, they didn't have time to properly check the perimeter. Well, if they have, there's a it's called a site lead agent or site. If he was doing his job, they would have, while Trump was getting loaded up and stuff, they would have already had a guy over there they would have already had a team in advance walking around that area and double checking it,
Right.
And that's what they're supposed to do.
Right.
And then, last second or not, it took a few minutes for him to get there, and they should have already had people headed out, But as soon as he said, "I'm going to go play golf," somebody you should have been hearing tires squealing out in front of his place, headed over to the golf course, And that's the problem. None of these guys do they have an actual site, an on-site, what they call an on-site agent, or what I can't remember the term. It's site agent of some sort, but
Right.
they're the lead agent, and they make the assignments of where they're supposed to go. The problem is none of these teams that they've had there so far has this person get a new shirt.
Yeah, I think they're talking about mine. No, I've had this for several years. I thought I'd break it out and start using it in my videos and stuff.
Right.
But
anyways.
Yeah, Ronnie, that's right. The comments. Yeah.
Yes.
And what did Routh say when they caught him? He said it was a threat to democracy.
Oh, yeah.
And what has the president and vice president been saying?
Oh, yeah. They went so far as to call Trump to make sure he's okay, and then turned around, and in their next speech they said, a few hours later, they were saying he's a threat to democracy.
Right.
That just shows the hypocrisy of who they are.
Right.
If they hadn't called Trump, they would have really lost in the polls. And
Right.
the problem is they're inside that. If they're ahead, I think Rasmussen said that it's starting to shift back the other way towards Trump. A lot of places are. So.
Yeah, I think after this second attempt, now they're calling it an incident.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
they set that thing up in Butler, PA. Oh, that was an incident. No,
Yeah.
that was an assassination attempt.
Right.
Well,
I think Trump's done, or I don't think. Andrew, they did call. Each one of them separately called, but they also on the same day called him a threat to democracy, which is my point. But I think Trump's
Trump
done
to democracy.
No, Trump's a threat to democracy, is what they're
And
saying.
you said Trump to democracy.
Okay. I think my
I think
internet's
you were
starting to
going a
screw up
little
too.
too fast there, Lloyd.
Yeah, well,
So,
that's probably, I'm talking too fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I was trying to get to is Trump has done quite a few interviews lately.
Yes.
Since this happened, but I think one of the best ones I saw was on Gutfeld.
Yeah, I just watched it before the show,
and I loved it. I loved it when they asked him about how was his golf game. And he also Tyrus gave him a belt.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I haven't seen that part. I guess that's in the the next segment.
That's in the next segment, but
yeah,
and it was made by the same people that make all the championship belts for WWE and AEW, and it is nice. It's just for Donald Trump. And so I won't spoil it, but I'll let you so you can watch it. But it's
right.
up there, you know.
Good. So I was just looking at what Ronnie said.
I'll shut up now. It's yours.
Okay. Now I'm flabbergasted. Hey, I wanted to play a video since there have been a lot of memes coming out from the from the debate, and I'm going to, you know what? I'll do it this way. Might be easier. I'll just go to, okay, let's click here, and nope, that's not it. Let's, oh, here it is. And let's see if I get the volume. Okay, now if I get the audio, okay, there we go. And let's go here. We're going to save that. And we'll share a screen.
I could have kept talking for 10 more minutes while you're doing this. Oh, here we go. Alrighty, and I got the audio on, and let's share. All right, we got it. Yes, let's go ahead and go. Did you hear what Trump said?
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're
Mama. Yeah, I hope they're not eating readers. Hey, Bucky. All right, that's my short little short that I made
that was
this afternoon.
A bit of a double entendre there, yeah. So
yeah.
And Andrew, I don't play golf anymore. When I did play golf, I shot a 90.
That's not bad.
Well, it is when you're only playing 9 holes.
That's about how good I play.
I just got to the point where I just give me 10. Now let's move to the next damn hole.
Yeah, if I can get on there in 3, hey, I'm happy because that's par on a par 3 course.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I haven't played golf. 1999 was the last time I played golf. Wow.
Oh boy, I think mine was probably in the early 90s. Man, I don't have my clubs anymore, and I haven't bowled in like forever. I used to bowl a lot too.
Yeah, we used to bowl. Judy she always was a high scoring bowler, but I sucked, you know.
Yeah.
I got better.
I'm great on the Wii bowling. Yeah. I was always in the upper hundreds to low 200s, and I did get one game where I missed the perfect game by one. Yeah.
Well, I like that one that used to. Of course, my dad drank a lot when I was a kid. He was an alcoholic, and every so often, after he had to retire because he broke his back twice, so he was pretty debilitated, and he'd been shot up during World War II. So, anyways, he would, Mom would still be working, and he would go over to, occasionally go over to, in the summertime, go over to the bar. It was a restaurant / bar, and they had one of those inside on the other side of the wall, which was in the bar. They had one of those things where you slid the thing up there and hit the bowling pin.
Oh, that's called shuffleboard.
Not shuffleboard, because shuffleboard is played on the ground with a stick. This was, you set this big metal. Yeah, it is.
No,
You talking about
shuffleboard
like a
is,
hockey puck?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's shuffleboard.
Yeah, it's shuffleboard.
Yeah.
Is it really? Well, what the hell
Yeah,
is
where
the
you
old
slide
people?
a hockey puck kind of thing along the, yeah.
What is it? What is the thing the old people play that's outside and they use
That
that
is
stick?
another form of shuffleboard. That's
Okay, well, anyways,
that's
it
old
was
people
shuffleboard bowling because you had pins set up there and you slid
Ah,
that thing.
okay.
That's what I was talking about. It wasn't straight.
Okay.
I knew you you didn't let me finish. Anyways, it had these pins that hung down there, and I was pretty good at that, but I could never throw a damn ball to make it do that way, and
Right.
so that's where I first started bowling, was in those things, and they're pretty easy, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Still play them at Chuck E. Cheese. I've gone up there once with the grandkids. I'll never go again. And played it one time. People are crazy up there.
Yeah. So
Continue on.
So nobody knows where this guy's getting all his money to go all over the place. And let's see. Judge told Routh he qualifies for federal public defender because you have little or no assets. And Routh said he has zero funds and no savings. He reported making some income of $3,000 a week, but didn't specify the source. He said he owns 2 trucks in Hawaii and helps support his 25-year-old son. Public records, self-published books, and previous interviews have painted a picture of the 58-year-old as a supporter turned critic of Trump, who was passionate about defending Ukraine and its war with Russia. He even traveled there in the hopes of taking up the fight.
Yeah. Sunday night, I had a message pop up in which it said that he had actually been in a propaganda movie for one of the units over there of the Ukrainian army. Of course, I brought it up on Uncle Bill's show just as a little blurb because we'd kind of been talking about it. And I said, so he looked it up, and he found out it was sort of it was like that guy that they ended up assassinating, tried to take over, tried to defeat Putin, and ended up they had
Right.
It was a group like that. It wasn't his group, but it was one like it.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, he's sitting there in a video talking about how, he's coming over here to help and give them support and all this stuff, and they use that as a part of a propaganda thing. So,
Right.
And I saw this late. It was probably about 10 o'clock my time Sunday. We were about halfway through the show when it popped up, and then the next day, all of this stuff about Ukraine and videos of him being interviewed over there and stuff like that. Yeah, it's so. I just wonder how in the hell he can afford to fly to the Ukraine if he's broke.
Yeah.
How can he fly from Hawaii to Florida if he's broke?
Yeah.
How's he able to fly all over the country if he's broke? Something ain't right.
Right. Yeah, they're going to check his, social media and all that, and his phone, his computer, if he has one. Here's an interesting topic. That's how about exploding pagers? Yeah, how about that? And I'm like, oh, wow, now Israelis have figured out how to do that. I thought that was pretty...
It's not just the pagers, because they did it a second day and exploded their walkie-talkies.
Walkie-talkies now, yeah.
What is suspected as Mossad managed to... They found out they were being shipped to Gaza, or to Lebanon, I mean.
Yep.
Not Lebanon.
Hezbollah.
No,
Hezbollah is up in
Lebanon. I always get
Lebanon.
Lebanon. I always get. I knew it was Hezbollah, not Hamas. But, anyways, they found this shipment was going to them, and intercepted it somewhere between China and Lebanon, and they switched out one of the batteries with a C4 type that looked identical to a real battery. So, yeah.
Wow.
But this was a well planned, and of course, they had the first day, which injured. I think altogether there's like 3,000 people injured, somewhere around. There's not 11 killed the first day, and I think another 15 killed from the second attack, and then including 2 children.
Right.
And then the third day, they started dropping rockets on their ass.
Oh,
they
good.
started a major offensive attacking Lebanon, and they took out one of their arms factories. They've taken out some of their leadership places. They've got very specific targets they're going up, because they said, and this was brought up, says when Israel does something, they've already planned 2 steps further down the road.
Right.
So when that happened, they immediately said, even though they denied that happened, they said they were planning a major offensive in the northern part, in the northern battle. So,
right,
because they got thousands of people that are homeless because of Hezbollah out of Lebanon. So they're taking they put a hurt on them, and I thought I'm sorry if I support this, but I thought it was great that they got the Iranian ambassador. They wounded him. They wounded the leader of Hezbollah there in so this is another strike, just like that one where they killed that guy in the guest house.
Right.
And there's still some questions on how they did that. They're thinking it was either it could have been 3 bombs put in there in 3 different rooms to blow up simultaneously. Just call the cell number and boop, 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 boop.
Yep.
But the likely thing is it was a couple of agents, Mossad agents on the ground, shooting one of the anti-tank missiles.
Oh.
And they got a huge head. The front, there's a primary explosive on the front. Then that busts through the wall, and then the rest of it comes up right up his backside and goes in and blows up again. So it's got two warheads on it, one in the front and one in the middle. So anyways, Mossad's really done some good job, and I just wish our agents could, our CIA could do something besides saying the laptop was misinformation.
And the Houthis were able to launch a drone strike against Israel, and I think, didn't they launch a missile into Israel as well? And it's like, how the heck did that happen?
Yeah, the Iran's been supplying these people with some medium-range missiles that are able to do some significant damage. But but it's just like, was it Kamala who said, I think it was in the debate, that we don't have any, no, it wasn't in the debate, it was one of the interviews.
Yeah, it was in the debate where she mentioned that we don't have any service people in
war zones,
war area.
Yeah, what about the people that are still in Iraq?
Iraq, yep, that's right.
What about those sailors that are over there in the Persian Gulf right now? Yeah.
Gulf, yep.
Yeah, what is it, the Red Sea? Whatever ocean it is over there in support of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
So, there again, this is the lady they want to run this country.
Right.
I'll be honest with you, I'd take 4 more years of Joe Biden before I would her.
Right. And also, what's going on here is Hamas has been pretty much decimated.
Yeah.
So I think what Israel, if you follow Ryan Macbeth, he talks about a lot of this and how the Iranians don't care about their proxies. They really don't give a shit. They just give them the weapons and they let them do their dirty work.
Yeah.
So Israel, one by one, is starting to eliminate these proxies. Right now, it's Hezbollah. Pretty soon, it'll be the Houthis down in Yemen. They'll take them out, and hopefully Trump will be in power, will win in November, and then he could, get that area of the world to a more manageable.
Maybe get Iran, back under control,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they wouldn't be doing all this if we hadn't given them back their damn money,
Right.
that we took away from them back in the 70s during the Iran Constitution crisis.
Right.
That. And that's on Joe Biden right there. All of these deaths go right to Joe Biden. My cousin says he really needs to be tried and arrested for treason against our country.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I'm beginning to think that's true.
Right.
But nobody will obviously nobody would convict him now because he's senile.
Right. He's not fit to stand trial yet. They want Trump to do the same.
Yeah. Well, he's not fit to stand trial, but yet he can run the country. That's
right. That's right.
That's my big question. Why in the hell is he even still in charge? And that's one of the things Trump said on Gutfeld, Gutfeld said it. He says, Biden's in charge. He says, Biden's still the president. Well, we think he is. We're not sure what he is,
Yeah.
Is he still the president?
I think Obama's running.
Obama's been running, and that was obvious back when Obama showed up for that one meeting, and everybody swarmed around, and Joe's wandering around like one of them little one-eyed, three-legged dogs running around in a circle there. He's like,
right.
Didn't know where he was at, but boy, everybody was running to Obama. That tells you a lot there.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, and
Charles,
that's
you
what's
shouldn't
going
talk so
on.
much.
Yeah.
I've said too much already tonight.
Yeah. He's he's got some pumpkin spice coffee he's trying to unload. Did you get rid of that, Charles?
Nope. Nobody's said, hey, send it to me yet.
Yeah, well, I'm not in. If it was regular coffee, I'd take it. But if it's pumpkin spice.
How much does it cost to send to Oklahoma?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah, figure out how much it costs, and I'll pay for the shipping, and I'll buy it from you.
I said I would give it to anybody who wanted it for free. But if you lived a long ways away, I would want you to pay for shipping.
I'll pay the shipping. You can send it here. And then
sure?
I'll do a review of it and say, God Almighty, I'm glad Charles is lucky he didn't drink this shit.
Yeah.
I love pumpkin spice stuff. We're come this time of year. We've got. I've got Trader Joe's pumpkin spice cream cheese. We've got Land O'Lakes pumpkin spice spread, which is like a butter kind of a spread with pumpkin spice and sugar in it and stuff, and pumpkin spice creamer and pumpkin spice tortilla chips, and it's a wonder my blood doesn't run orange for half the year.
No, go ahead and send it to me. Let me know how much the shipping's going to be, and I'll get it to you.
Okay.
Yeah. I saw your post, but I thought, well, somebody probably asked for it up close. You hadn't got rid of it yet, so yeah.
Nobody locally has asked for it. I even have a Nextdoor account, and I put it out on there. Dead silent. Nobody.
Yeah.
Just tell me how much it costs, and I'll get it to you.
I'll get it figured out.
All right.
I got my Avada on the marketplace. Nothing yet. I'm gotta figure out what's going on there. Also, Charles, you like coffee? Oh, you gotta have decaf. I don't know. If Barako Capin, that's the Filipino coffee. I don't know if they have a decaf or not. But when I was over in the Philippines, I brought back a bag of their coffee, and boy, is really good. All right. So go ahead, Lloyd. You could close the show out.
Oh, well, we've got, thanks for being here for our inaugural Thursday night. And remember what we always say: be kind, treat each other better than you treat yourself, and everybody matters, even 3 conservative gimps like us. God bless, God help the USA. We're out of here, folks.
All right. Good night,
folks.
everybody. Have a great day, and we'll see you Saturday. I'm giving away a drone. See you then. Good night.